How much should you trust your stockbroker? Well, according to a Wall Street Journal analysis, more than 1,600 stockbrokers have bankruptcy filings, criminal charges, and other red flags that were not disclosed in public records and have virtually gone unnoticed by regulators, raising concerns about who has access to your money and how you should protect yourself. Joining us now to talk more about these findings is Michael Siconolfi. He's investigative editor at the Wall Street Journal. Michael, welcome. What's going on here?
Harley, good to be with you.
What's going on?
Well, there's a pretty big problem in terms of investors' ability to be able to track what their stockbrokers' records are. And so, you know, that first off, I think most of the nation's 635,000 stockbrokers are honest, but I think that we were surprised at the number of stockbrokers who had black marks on their records that weren't reported to investors as they should have been. And it really raises a huge hole in the regulatory foundation of Wall Street and the protection for American investors.
So, Michael, what did you find through this investigation? And it was a very broad investigation. What things do not need to be reported or can easily be deleted? Right.
Well, first of all, to talk a little bit about how we got into it, we were a little frustrated at the fact that we knew that there were brokers out there with checkered pasts, and we weren't able to get adequate information from FINRA, which is the major Wall Street regulator. So we did a unique database of the records, and we found that there were a number of instances where bankruptcies, tax liens, securities fraud filings, and the like were not being reported as they should have been. Investors have the right to know about black marks in brokers' records going back 10 years, and often cases that wasn't being reported.
So who's at fault here, Michael? Is it the broker who is trying to sneakily cover up for something in their past? Is it the employer of that broker, who, as I understand it, is the ultimate party responsible for reporting that information into FINRA, which is the industry's own watchdog group?
Yeah. I think there were problems at all those levels. I think ultimately FINRA is responsible for overseeing all the brokers, but it's really been an honor system. So brokers were expected to fully report any past problems to their employers, to the brokerage firms. The brokerage firms were supposed to track that and supposed to report that to FINRA. And there were breakdowns really at all levels. And that's part of the problem because people really weren't focusing on it until we did our reporting.
So what are the do's and don'ts? You know, if you're considering entrusting your money to a broker, how do you protect yourself? What can you find out and what can't you find out?
Well, I think investors in general have to be a lot more active. I think the first thing they should do is to check with FINRA, which has a site called Broker Check, and they can look at the basic history of their brokers. I think you then have to go and do a little forensic investigating of your own and go to your state securities commissioner, for instance, and ask for information about your broker. And also just, look to Google and other areas just to see if there's anything out there that you find is a potential problem. Look, there are a lot of great brokers out there, and if there are any issues you've got or any concerns you have with any past problems they've had, you really should look elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. Michael Siconolfi, thanks very much. Michael is investigative editor at the Wall Street Journal and a heck of a softball player, too. Mike, good to see you.
Thanks, but I'll keep my day job.
All right.
Thank you.